by Raymond Whale, 9 p.m.
Good evening. In the news tonight, we talk to Environment Minister Dr. Ahmad Mata on his decision to leave the cabinet.
In Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge gives the Royalist Party its support.
The landslide victory of the PAP in the December 1992 by-election, that is what prompted outgoing Environment Minister Dr. Ahmad Mata to finally leave cabinet. In a letter to the Prime Minister, Dr. Mata said he felt the PAP had consolidated its position. But he said he'd stay on as MP for Brickworks GRC till the next general election, and after that he'd like to leave active politics. Fielding questions in an interview, Dr. Mata spoke candidly on issues ranging from the environment to the Malay Muslim community, but uppermost on everyone's mind, his future plans.
Well, first of all, I think I had to take stock of my life, reassess my position in society, and then give deep thoughts to what my heart desires. But after careful reconsideration, my mind is made up. I don't think I'd like to go back to the academic world.
So what would you be doing?
Well, as I shall be a private citizen with effect from 1st July 1993, I would like whatever I do after 1st July to stay private.
On Mr. Abdullah Tarmuji, Dr. Mata said he's in a good position to take over the Muslim affairs portfolio.
In the first place, I've been working with Abdullah Tarmuji very closely since the 1988 general elections. And in fact, I've been slowly transferring some of my responsibilities to him. I have every confidence that he will discharge his responsibilities.
On his environment portfolio, which he'd held for the last 8.5 years, Dr. Mata said he's proud to have been part of a team that set out to achieve a clean and healthy environment for Singapore.
I hope to continue to play that role, even though I may not be physically in the Ministry of Environment.
Asked what he would miss most about leaving the cabinet, Dr. Mata had this to say.
I have always enjoyed cabinet meetings. In my early years, I benefited, as most of my other cabinet colleagues did and still do, from SM's wealth of experience and wisdom. Cabinet meetings to me then were a semblance of tutorial classes during my days in the university. And from SM, I learned a lot about the past and what the future could be.
In a letter to the Prime Minister, Dr. Mata thanked Mr. Goh Chok Tong for allowing him to relinquish his posts.
I had served Cabinet and the nation to the best of my ability, and I hope I had served them well.
The Khmer Rouge wants Cambodia's royalist Hun Sen Pek party to be given full rights as the winners of last month's polls. The faction also said it supports a proposal from senior statesman Prince Sihanouk for a provisional government. A spokesman warned of violence if the Phnom Penh government refuses to hand over power. The US dollar has plunged to a new low against the yen in Tokyo. It dropped almost a yen from New York's Monday finish to 106.24 yen before intervention by the Bank of Japan pushed the dollar to 106.33 yen. Immigration officials in Los Angeles have rounded up 20 illegal Chinese immigrants. The group from Fujian is the latest in the flood of illegal immigrants turning up in the United States.
This may have been the last time anyone could utter the word freedom without going to jail in China. The students took over Tiananmen Square. The government used tanks to take it back. Since then, the Bush administration simply let most Chinese immigrants stay in the United States. Now they, along with nearly 5 million other illegal aliens, are becoming a national problem. A new study released last week says illegal immigrants will cost Americans $58 billion a year into the next century.
The impact on illegal immigrants is very, very high in terms of the impact on the taxpayer almost immediately after their arrival.
The Immigration Service has emptied dozens of illegal Chinese ships. Boat owners go to jail. The passengers usually claim asylum. The U.S. is stuck with a bill for everything from housing to health care. The people who slip through the system are often forced to work to pay off a $20,000 to $30,000 bill for the trip here.
This is, for the lack of a better word, slave trade. They're bringing individuals into the United States instead of fish, as I said before. They're working under deplorable conditions.
Senator Al D'Amato is fighting to change the law so illegal immigrants have no incentive to come. He says President Clinton's not helping by giving China a special trade agreement.
We're sending the wrong signals to China. We're encouraging this illegal immigration by setting up this false, phony system where they say political asylum, and then they are literally given access to the country. So.
The Ukraine is reported to have agreed to the U.S. plan for nuclear warheads of the former Soviet Union to be stored in the Ukraine under international supervision. Other proposals from U.S. Defense Secretary Les Aspin, which have been welcomed, help to improve Ukrainian conventional forces and U.S. mediation in Ukrainian-Russian security disputes. But in the name of science, nuclear testing may soon begin at a site in New Mexico. Scientists say lab tests produce only half the information of an underground nuclear explosion. A decision on whether testing resumes must come from the President Clinton soon, and the Pentagon hopes the decision is yes.
Tokyo has issued a general amnesty ahead of tomorrow's wedding between Crown Prince Naruhito and Miss Masako Owada. Although not everyone in jail or those awaiting trial will come under the amnesty, almost 6,000 people will be free to celebrate the wedding. With the wedding just a few hours away, security is tight in Tokyo, especially after a suspected radical tried to attack a company executive once closely linked to the family of Japan's Empress-to-be. And among the gifts to the royal wedding couple, a floral gift from Singapore.
The Masako Kotaishi Hidenka, named after the future empress and one she chose herself. Radiant white with a pink blush in the throat. Several sprays of 20 flowers each which blossom round the year. It took 4 years to get to this stage. From the crossing of two dendrobium hybrids, one with longer stems and coarser flowers, and the other a white one which couldn't make it for this photo shoot. In crossbreeding to get the best of both orchids, pollen from one is put in the stigma of the other. 3 of the white dendrobium offspring were sent to Japan a month ago for Masako-san to select the one she liked best. But the plant she chose couldn't look as good tomorrow as it did then, so a sibling was sent in the meantime. The real Masako will be propagated, taking another 4 years to reach maturity. Only then will it be presented again. A painstaking process, but one fit for a princess.
Not every hybrid turns out as picture perfect as the Masako. Tomorrow find out what happens when they don't.